just nothing. I'm not sure whether I should have raised this in any other business, but your post about the statues and the maintenance or lack of maintenance of them. I think the majority of people who responded to that post were of the view that we should just go and do it.
Yeah. Just for the benefit of people here, what had happened was a couple of fans had Jimmy's statue was very badly weeds growing all around it. In fact, I think when Scott went down, he took some pictures when the weeds were still there. And as a result of them publishing that sort of like before and after pictures, there was a bit of a discussion going on, because as I know from when we had Jimmy's funeral and the date of the Charlton game, when you go and stand up there, all the flags are broken and those that aren't broken are wobbling, so it is a bit of a mess anyway. And then as a result of that, we went around and looked at Stan's statue, and whilst perhaps not quite in as poor condition, nevertheless it's quite, there's a lot, it's like, you see you have a block paved drive that you never weed and you never put any anti-weed stuff on it. Eventually it fills itself with weeds and they start pulling apart and whatever. So I offered just to coordinate, because we had various guys who were prepared to do the work, no charge to the club. So I offered to coordinate. So we started off, I contacted, because we've dealt with him over the litigation, and because we've dealt with him over another matter in relation to the community trust, contacted Les and said, can you ask Owen, can we do the work? Response within 24 hours, yes you can, but please also get permission off Natalie because she's the CEO. So initially Les said he'd do that, and after a week he came back and said, Natalie said, not now, can you email her? So I and a guy called Andrew Bayliss went down to the club, we did a bit of a recce, created a bit of a spec about what we were going to do, spoke to Gary Lewis, the new groundsman down there, who was really nice, and said, look, I might be asked to do it, but if you can do it guys, it takes pressure off me. So emailed her on the 19th of June, got a reply within a week or so saying, like you to come in and discuss it. I said, fair enough, I only work on London Road, anytime you want. So after 2 weeks, I sort of expressed some frustration that it was taking so long, and I referenced the fact that it was 5 weeks in total. I then got lectured about the fact that Les isn't on the letterheading, he's got nothing to do with the football club. So I go back and point out, well, he has, because yada yada yada, we've dealt with, he's been the point of contact for litigation, he was the point of contact for something we're doing with the community trust, and he was also initial point of contact with this. And the most recent response is that I just want to fight about everything, and they're very disappointed. So I just basically said, I know Nicola Healy's going in, she had an appointment on Friday, so they had time to see Nicola but not me. And Nicola's got another appointment next Wednesday, and I was being told I had to wait another 2 or 3 weeks before they'd even ask Natalie whether she'd meet me again. So I think we get the flavour of it. So that's the background. So Nicola is going in next week, and she might be able to, on Wednesday, so she might be able to make some headway. So I would be quite keen that we see how Nicola gets on. Nicola Healy, if anyone doesn't know her, is Stan Walson's great niece. But beyond that, I've warned them that what you spoke about might happen, that people may just turn up. Because we weren't just talking about weeding, Stan's statue is a bit easier, because it's power spraying, and the guy didn't want a load of people there, he wanted like 3 or 4 max, because he just said if we have 30 people there, there's not enough work for them to do. He wants power spraying, we've got to be careful because of the lettering, we don't want the unless we've got somebody who would then, to be honest, ideally, you'd power spray it all off and then re-letter it all, put fresh paint in the lettering, because a lot of it's faded and coming out anyway. So he was going to spray between all the bricks, the block paving bricks, and then we were going to backfill it with kiln dried sand so it looks really smart again, and just give the whole thing a tidy up, because there's loads of weeds around it and whatever. It's a real, anybody, if you haven't been around the stadium recently, have a walk around, because I tell you what, it is an absolute disgrace. There's no, the maintenance manager's gone, it's a real mess, and me and Steve went in for a meeting, Steve Sharp, when he got his £5 back, and inside there's broken windows all over the place, it's unbelievable. But obviously with Jimmy's, we do want to relay the slabs, so I'm not even sure it belongs to Blackpool Football Club, but out of courtesy we thought we'd check with them. Not expecting it would take 6 weeks now since it was first raised. So there have been talk about whether it might look right with, I'm not sure personally, but it might look right with AstroTurf down, so we almost like got a grass pitch that he's stood on, because that would be quite easy to maintain. Obviously on a bed of whatever, or alternatively relay the flags, but this is what we want to speak to the club about. And so when you talk about turning up, it has to be people who know what they're doing, most certainly with laying the flags. We can't, because the weeding's been done, so it's a lot, Jimmy's superficially, if you're driving past, looks a lot better than he did. But he's still full of cracked. It's still cracked and needs sorting. So, and we can do it for free. We know, and it's nothing. It wasn't political. This didn't start off as me trying to point score with the Oystons. And if it just been left to Owen, we'd have done it that way. So whatever else we think about Owen is where he just said yes. So the frustrations come after that really. And making a meal out of something that should have been really, really straightforward. Because with the guy who was going to do it, it was a case of, right, when he was going to do it, and then the day he was going to do it, I was just going to email around or on Facebook and say, we want 4 or 5 volunteers, that's all we want. And it would have been done. We want to get it done before the start of the season. And we are now 3 weeks away today, I think. And let's hope Nick will make some headway.
Well, like you say,
It's shown a total lack of respect. You couldn't give a damn, just get it done. Just get it done. Belong to them.
Well, it's interesting actually, because whatever you think of whoever the poster review from a bridge is, he was almost saying, go down, what they're going to do, accuse you of stealing a broken flag and replacing it with a proper one.
Just a quick thought, Tim.
Just a quick thought, Tim. They've got previous with the Health and Safety Executive and the local council. I think it was 2008 or 2009, somewhere around there, where they were fined by council for not carrying out health and safety work. The flags, as I saw around Jimmy Arthur's statue, are quite honestly hazardous. And if anybody stands on them and falls over, they'll have a claim against them.
Oh, good.
Is it not worth getting in touch with the local council for them to come